We're going to watch how much work he does this week. He won't do anything today. We'll see how he is tomorrow. We're going to try to get him completely well.
So it's a low ankle sprain?
He just re-injured the same. It's the same injury. He just re-injured it.
If he can't, do you think he'll be back to 100% by Oregon State since there's that bye week?
Should be. I mean, you would think he'd be 100% by Oregon State. I mean, we thought he was pretty close to 100% last week, and he practiced. I think Wednesday and Thursday he practiced.
So I guess what's the plan for him this week in practice? Are you going to limit him or do any of that?
Well, he's not doing anything today, and we'll see how he feels tomorrow. It's kind of a day-to-day. We'll just adjust as he feels better. We'd like him to get a few reps. He hasn't had very many reps since the season started, including training camp. He missed a lot of training camp with a lower leg injury, too.
And is that hard for running backs when you don't get a lot of reps, in training camp beginning of the season and not getting a lot of reps first few games to kind of get in the rhythm for the
I think it all depends on the person. I thought Arian Foster looked pretty good last night, and he didn't do anything in training camp, and he looked pretty good running the ball. At least that's what I read, that he didn't do anything in training camp.
So when he went out of the game, or not really out of the game, but when he stopped taking reps, did he ask to get full? Did you guys pull him, or was it?
No, he said he couldn't go full speed.
How much of his injury has impacted, what you guys can do with the run game? Like, you haven't run the ball very well the last 2 games. Is that more because Adam's been hurt, or is that because you guys have been trying to throw it a little bit more? I know last game you were getting behind, but it seems like you can't establish the run.
I think it's a combination of things. I think, first of all, he's the best running back, and he's not playing at 100% when he does play. That's part of the problem. I don't think our offensive line's performing at the level that we thought they would yet, so they're not blocking as well for the run as hopefully they will as we go on. So it's a combination of him not being healthy or not getting the ball enough because of not being healthy. Add that to the offensive line not blocking very well, and we have trouble running the ball.
How do you think the offensive line, you had a different combination last game than the game before. How do you think that they did? Are you going to stick with those 5 guys going forward?
I think every position in the offensive line except for maybe Bryce Quigley is up for grabs.
Even Gordon?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And you guys started Zach Dilly at right tackle and Jarrell Green at right guard against Ohio State. I guess what was the thought process behind that? Because I think Dilly was working at right guard during practice last week.
He worked at both. We just thought those were the 5 best combination, or that was the 5 best guys.
Is there any drawback to continuing to switch up the line so frequently because they don't really get a feel for each other?
There's a drawback to that, but you got to find out who the 5 best are, and because they haven't performed very well since the season started.
And you said that you want to see improvement, from the first game and the second game. Did you see any improvement from your team?
Well, I saw some improvement. I saw. We didn't play well, but I saw some improvement. We can argue all we want or give Ohio State excuses that they weren't in the game in the second half, but I know they have a whole bunch of 5-star recruits out there, and they were the same guys that played in the first half. And I thought our team played much better in the second half. You can say they weren't excited, but it's the same guys. It's the same guys executing the exact same plan, and they don't score a touchdown if they don't get a personal foul penalty. And we actually had one really nice drive. So that doesn't mean that we're anywhere close to where we have to be, but it means there was some improvement.
And what did you see from Quinn Kaler when he came in? I guess you're talking about his performance.
I thought in the second half it looked like he felt like he was in control and calm and executed pretty well. His first series, or maybe even first 2 series, he looked a little shaken or a little unsure of himself. We got a delay of game penalty. I think we got a motion penalty, But he seemed to throw the ball okay. He put it on target most of the time. He threw it to the right guys most of the time.
Coach, how do you handle that quarterback situation this week and going into next week?
Well, it's kind of been handled for us. Adam Dingwall has a back that's really bothering him, so they're gonna try to give him 4 or 5 days to get his back well. So Quinn's going to get all the reps with the first team, and then we're going to alternate some other guys in with the second team. So going into our next game, Quinn Kaler will be the starter.
And Dingwall's back, is that something that's still lingering from the offseason? Because I remember.
Yeah, he heard it. He heard it in the summer, and we thought he was well. He got hit a couple times in the Ohio State game, and he thinks it hurts, and it's going to restrict him from performing at the level he wants to.
But he was fine in Eastern Illinois. The back thing was just this past game.
Well, I think it bothers him a little bit all the time, but he's played with it according to him. He's played with it all his life. He had it in high school too.
So did it sort of flare up?
Yeah, I mean, and I don't remember it last season, but he's said it flared up at the Ohio State game.
What does it kind of do to his confidence? Obviously, when you pull your starting quarterback, it has to like affect him in some way. I mean, how's he handling it?
He seems to be handling it okay. I mean, if you're not performing at a level that helps your team have a chance, I would team guy understands being taken out of the game.
How would you?
Does Quinn kind of provide a different dynamic to the offense? Because it seems like he's more accurate, but doesn't have quite the arm strength that Adam Dingwall has.
I don't think he has quite the arm strength. I don't. He is a little more accurate with the football, so he has some positives and then he has some negatives, just like Adam does.
How would you define the back injury? Is it like a sprain?
I don't have any idea. I mean, he's had it. According to him, I'll say it again. According to him, he's lived with it all his life, and at times it flares up and feels a little bit worse than other times. It happened to him in the summer where it felt pretty bad, and he took a couple weeks off to get it feeling well again, and now he says it feels like that again.
So who's going to be taking number 2 quarterback reps?
I think it's by committee.
Bernards and Jeffries.
No, I don't think Jake will get any. It'll be Chad Jeffries and Chase Favreau.
Coach, have you seen the improvement from the cornerbacks? Looked like DeMonte Casey had a pretty big day.
I thought the cornerbacks played better. I mean, I don't think we're anywhere close, but I thought they played better. I mean, if you want to watch the film, I'd be happy to show it to you. I thought the secondary played much better. I mean, we got an interception. They had several plays defended very well. Even their 2 touchdown passes, if you watch those closely, those were great catches by those receivers. I mean, they had to adjust the ball in the air, and we had a cornerback underneath them and a safety coming over the top, and that ball got caught. That's one of the reasons they're good, because they've got great players, great athletes out there.
So do you feel at this point that your guys can play man-to-man?
I don't think that's been proven, but they did a better job in the second game than they did the first game.
That touchdown you're referring to, was that in man or zone?
One of them was in man. The one that King Holder was the corner, that was man. Pinkins over the top, he was the free safety. It was man free. The other one was zone. The other one in the other corner of the end zone where the guy kind of turned around and caught the ball in the air, that was zone.
And King Holder, when he got scored on, do you think that was a push-off at all?
I don't think they're ever going to call it. So it doesn't matter if I think it is or not. They're never going to call it.
And how about the pass rush? Only 1 sack. Is that kind of executional errors, or are they not being physical enough?
I think it's quarterbacks getting out of trouble and or throwing the ball early. I've got that for you to watch too if you want. I mean, we missed 2 other sacks and hit them 3 or 4 other times now. Numbers do not always tell the story. Don't get hung up on numbers.
What exactly happened? Was there some sort of breakdown on the? It was like a 45-yard QB option, and he ran right up the middle. Do you remember that play?
That was a coaching error. That was a formation that they threw at us that we hadn't practiced against. Of course, I've seen it before in my career, but I haven't seen it in the last 10 or 12 years. So we had some execution problems, but no one had ever showed them that in practice either. So kind of reminded me of the Eagles last night, when they jumped into that and there was no Redskins anywhere close to tackle that guy too, and he ran in. It's funny that it happens everywhere else too.
So, Coach, do you feel like the defense did better since you simplified it and you guys were calling the plays as opposed to having them get on do it?
I thought that the defense, we cut the number of mental errors by 2/3. I think the defense played much, much harder, and they played much more physical. Did they play good? Not good enough. But they played much harder and much more physical and made fewer mistakes. And once they got used to the tempo of the game, I thought they played a lot better. Now, we can argue that Ohio State didn't really care and they weren't trying. We can say that. But I've never seen a college football team not want to score points.
Do you know what's Larkin's status for this week?
He's not going to practice all week, and hopefully he'll be able to practice next Sunday. That's the hope. But he's not practicing all this week.
Are you guys dealing with any more injuries besides Largent and Mula?
No, we got some guys beat up, but they're all supposed to practice.
What do you think Venice Harris did last week?
I think Van Ness has played well the last 2 games. Probably better than he ever has.
So what does that mean if Largent can come back against Oregon State?
Gives us a lot more depth where the 3 of them with Nick Tannehoff, the 3 of them can alternate, play fewer reps and probably play harder and make more plays.
But do you think if Largent can come back, you'll start him or you'll start Van Ness and have Derek behind him?
No, I think that Derek will come back as the backup to both Nick and Van Ness.
Against Ohio State, towards the end, you kind of put in like the second and third stringers. Do you think they learned it all from that? Just were you trying to get them out there?
Yeah, we were practicing.
Yeah.
Hopefully that makes them better players when it's their turn or we have an injury.
And you burned a red shirt, Malik Smith, as a safety. Considering how many senior safeties you have this year, is it important to get them some playing time? Considering next year it's going to be.
We've actually added, Pumphrey's playing, obviously, and we added 3 other guys that are going to play. Munson and David Wells and Malik Smith. They're going to be on special teams, and then obviously they're going to be in a backup role on offense and defense. But we started playing those guys. They were on special teams this last week too. Now Munson wasn't. Munson got. On Tuesday's practice we put Munson in. He was on 3 special teams and got hurt, so he didn't make the trip.
Was that because of Venice Harris? He got moved up and you had to put someone in his spot on special teams?
No, we thought we had some good athletes that were freshmen, and this was a good chance to get them in a game and prepare them so that they can play in case there's more injuries. Yeah.
It seems like your special teams has improved, like especially in coverage, just making tackles, not giving up too many big returns. Do you feel like it's a better unit this year?
No, I don't think so. We already gave up. We gave up a block punt and a punt return for a touchdown. I don't think it's proved that we're better on special teams yet. No.
It seems like you don't have the same problems that you guys had going in with just the kicking positions. Like you kind of know that you have solid guys at each position. Would you say that's a fair assessment?
Yeah, it's a fair assessment. Yeah, we have to execute some things better.